How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Reagan Harrell, former very okay at best punter at Weber International University. But that right there is a former All-American shortstop at Midland University. Carly, we met at the 2023 World Series, and we are about to talk about 48 teams fighting for 10 tickets for the 2025 NAIA Softball World Series in Columbus, Georgia. This is a full preview, ladies and gentlemen. So buckle up, get ready to learn about the teams in your regional, teams across NAIA softball. But before we do that, this podcast episode is brought to you by our friends at Magna. Y'all see them. Y'all should love them. Actually, traded flavors with the Central Methodist Parent this past weekend at the Heart of America tournament. Great stuff. I had the iced tea lemonade for the first time. They've just dropped a new flavor. New flavor alert is blood orange. I got my blood orange on the way. Cannot wait. They have so many delicious flavors. Just mentioned the iced tea lemonade. I can't wait to try the blood orange iced. But our favorite is the mint lemonade. They also have watermelon lime, lemon lime, and apple juice. Magna is the world's first triple magnesium electrolyte powder. Did you know 75% of us are deficient in magnesium? But magnesium is the most important mineral in our body. It will fuel you to a NAIA opening round victory into Columbus, Georgia. Fact. Magna does more than electrolyte powders, combining electrolytes with three types of magnesium: magnesium 1 threonate for focus, magnesium allyte for natural energy, and magnesium glycinate for recovery, plus those electrolytes for maximum hydration. It's about to get hot. If you end up being one of those teams in Columbus, Georgia, and then you are from the Midwest, Carly, you gave it as part of your advice for teams. You got
Yeah.
to hydrate, so you might as well go ahead and go to drinkmagna.com. That is drink, DRINK, Magna, MAGNA.com. Put your order in, put in code NAIASB, the podcast episode right there. It's simple. NAIASB 15 for 15% off your order. Carly, let's get into it. 48 teams. We're going to preview every team, who you should know, who you should be keeping an eye on. And at the end, we will give our final 10 to Columbus. Carly, let's get it started with the Pats of Cumberland's and where you will be heading for opening round coverage.
Yeah, heading out to the Berg here on Saturday morning. I'm super excited to see everything that Cumberland's about in their campus and get to see my first opening round as an AISB.
The
Um,
Mint,
s-
the Mint. You have got to go to the Mint.
the Mint.
Such a good place. Love it. It is so fun. Such great food. Not far from campus.
Okay, write that down. The Mint. And you said salmon bowl, right?
I had the salmon bowl. It was phenomenal. Talk with Bailey Dillander, Carly Oliver, and the whole Pat's crew. They'll hook you up with the good stuff.
All right, love to hear it. Well, starting with the number one seed Cumberland's 37-7 overall on the year. They went undefeated, 18-0 in the Mid-South. Looking at some of their wins this year over some teams that have made it to the opening round, they got two over Madonna, Grandview, Rio Grande, Mobile, LSUA, Southeastern, Freed-Hardeman, and Campbellsville. They went 2-0 in the conference tournament. There was some weather issues, but they defeated Freed-Hardeman 4-0 in the ship. Looking at some of their players to keep an eye on, second baseman Carly Oliver hitting 444 on the year. She's got 16 doubles, 8 home runs, 48 RBIs, and only 7 strikeouts on the year. DP Malia Wilkins, 403, 15 doubles, 9 home runs, and 45 RBIs. Some speed in the outfield, as well as on the bases. Center fielder Amber Gaynor. She's hitting 426, has 17 extra base hits, 25 RBIs, and is 32 of 33 in stolen bases. We look at the pitching side of things for the Pats. Number 9, Lindsay Shope has a 1.6 ERA. She's 20-3 on the year and 140 innings pitched with 59 strikeouts. And their number 2, Jessica Cord, got a 1.82 ERA, is 11-2 on the year in 80 and 2/3 innings pitched, striking out 41.
Yeah, it's a pitching staff that's able to command the strike zone. Carly, not a ton of strikeouts, just over 100, in fact, 110 between Cord and Shope. But when you have that kind of defense behind you, don't really have to light
Yeah.
up the strike up board. But let's look at the three teams traveling to Williamsburg, trying to pull off a major upset and stop the Pats from reaching their third straight NAIA World Series. The two seeds, Texas A&M, Texarkana, got to see this team in San Antonio. Really good team. They went 39 and 10, 24 and 4 in the Red River. Some significant wins that for them this year against opening round teams include Campbellsville, William Carey, Morningside, Houston Victoria twice, and Freed Hardman. They went 1 and 2 in the Red River tournament, beating Louisiana Christian before they fell to a 1 seed in the Fayette Regional in LSUA and San Antonio. It's their right fielder, number 21, Madison Dingman. You have to keep an eye on Carly. She is most likely going to win the batting title in NAIA softball this year with a 575 batting average. She eclipsed 100 hits in the Red River tournament. She's also very dangerous once she gets on with 47 stolen bases. They've got some good pop in the lineup with a sophomore second baseman, Brooke Ussery. She has 7 bombs, 12 doubles, and 50 RBIs. You have to also we'll have to watch out for Kaysen Morkic, who is batting 414 with 34 RBIs and has swiped 20 bags. Looking at this at the circle, could see a little bit of a sophomore, Alexis Snyder, who's 9 and 3 on the year, is only pitching 81 innings, but it will mostly be a junior. Number 23, Riley Green. She went 15 and 2 in 107 innings. She racked up 85 strikeouts and a 1.83 ERA. Carly, we've seen Texarkana have some success earlier the year against teams from the southeastern part of the United States, including a Southern States team in William Carey, and they face a team from that conference, one of 5 Southern States teams, the 3 seed in Williamsburg, the Mobile Rams.
Yeah, the Rams out of Alabama, 32 and 18 on the year, 14 and 12 in the Southern states. They got some wins over William Carey, Stillman, Tennessee Southern, Georgia Gwinnett, Central Baptist, and the St. X Cougars. They went 2 and 2 in the conference tournament. They defeated Point University and Thomas, and then they did drop 2 to Tennessee Southern. Couple players to keep an eye on: the senior catcher, double zeros, Madeline Sheffield, 362 on the year. She's got 12 doubles, 5 home runs, and a team high 37 RBIs. Junior second baseman Lily Lanham hitting 331, got 24 RBIs with 9 extra base hits. And then their strong pitcher in junior Avery Harrell got a 1.68 ERA and 116 and a third innings pitched. She's gone 11 and 4 on the year. She struck out 85, and opponents are hitting just 188 against her.
This is a great 2-3 matchup, Carly, and a big one, too. You don't want to fall in the loser's bracket here where you may potentially have to beat Cumberland's twice if it all shapes out how we think it will. Big matchup there. Madeline Sheffield and behind the plate, and then Avery Harold. They've got to keep Madison Dingman off first base, which is a tall
Yeah,
task.
that's a tough. Yeah.
Yeah, because she gets to first, she's probably getting to second, and they've got some good pop to bring her in after that. Tall task for the third team out of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, Cornerstone. They went 35 and 14 this year, 18 and 6 in the WAC. They had a win over Northwestern Ohio. 2 close losses to Madonna. They finished 3rd overall in the WAC tournament with wins over Aquinas, Indiana Tech, and Concordia of Ann Arbor. They lost in 12 to UNOH and 4-3 into Madonna. So a pretty good showing from Cornerstone in the WAC tournament. They're led by their DP, Mariah Sprague, batting 386 with 13 doubles, and she's 19 for 19 for swiping bags. Speaking of speed, their left fielder, Morgan Jenkins, is batting 367 and has 33 stolen bases. They have a really good 1-2 punch with McKenna Glide. She's 18 and 4 and 132 innings. She's racked up a 2.38 ERA. Speaking of racking it up, Alyssa Glide has 116 strikeouts in 124 innings. That's led her to 11 and 5 record and a 2.65 ERA. Those are the 4 teams that Carly will be watching and covering in the Williamsburg bracket. We'll give all 10 of our picks at the end. So Carly, let's keep it moving to our second four-team regional, and that's Chickasha, where the Drovers of USAO, they have just, pretty much they're about a guarantee that they're hosting it every year, and for good reason. No surprise. This year, a phenomenal year for the Drovers, led by World Series champion coach Jaden Wallace. They went 47-7 this year, Carly, 33-3 in the Sooner Athletic Conference. They have got a good bit of wins over teams in the opening round, including a couple early in the year against British Columbia. They had a strong showing in Shawnee against Missouri Baptist, Hope International, and the University of the Cumberlands. Also picked up wins against Northwestern College, Our Lady of the Lake, and Oklahoma City twice, splitting with the Stars in the regular season. Speaking of Oklahoma City, USAO won the Sooner Athletic Conference, winning a couple of games and then beating Oklahoma City in one of the wildest
Yeah.
walk-offs ever. Just yeah, I mean, in the scorebook, Taylor Chronic stole home, bases loaded, 3-0 count, late strike call. She touched home before she was tagged out. However, we'll get to talking about this lineup. They have struggled against some number ones this year. I look at Grandview's number one. Carly, I'll let you talk about them, but good Lord, that it is a lineup that every pitcher is going to have to deal with. You look at the first, they have a first baseman and DP duo that will flip flop. The first part of that is Sierra Selfridge, just about a lock to be a first team All American. She has 16 home runs, 18 doubles, and 80 RBIs
God.
with a 442 batting average. I mean, we'll see if she has a monster postseason and the Drovers make a deep run in Columbus. She may be somewhere in that 90 to 100 RBI range when it's all said and
Yeah,
done.
she had herself a pretty monster postseason last year too.
Yeah, I have her name circled. We will, if USAO comes out of the opening round, I think we'll wait for that to happen. But yeah, the other part of that first base DP duo is Shaylin Grace. She's batting 416, 8 home runs, 15 doubles, and 41 RBIs. Sophomore Kenzie Williams has helped Sierra get to that 80 RBI mark with a 456 batting average and 32 stolen bases. And then one of the best shortstops in the country, Malia McMurtry, batting 459 with 29 stolen bases. But if we're talking USAO, we've got to talk pitching. We could see Breezy Ferguson. We could see J.J. Anderson. We could see Abby Gregory. But we all know her. We all love her. It's number 7, Sophie Williams, who's not had a bad season at the plate either. But we're not here to talk about what she can do to pitchers. We're here to talk about what she can do as a pitcher and to batters. 25-4 on the year. Sophie has pitched 176 and two-thirds innings, racked up 188 strikeouts with a 1.27 ERA. It's going to be a tall task against that staff led by
Yeah.
number 7 for whoever they face. But Carly, let's look at the number 2 overall seed in Chickasha, and a team I know very well in the Grandview Vikings.
Yeah, a team that went 37-13, 20-4 in the Heart of America. Recently won the Heart of America Conference tournament. They defeated William Penn, Park, and Baker twice. Some other good wins for them this year include Morningside, Midland, Coastal Georgia, Baker, Kaiser, and Northwestern. They actually swept Northwestern coming closer to the end of the regular season before a conference tournament play. They are led by sophomore first baseman number 20, Nevaeh Randall. Really exciting player to watch. He's hitting 338 on the year, has 25 extra base hits and 45 RBIs. Behind the plate is senior number 28, Samantha Holbert, hitting 358 on the year, 15 doubles, 29 RBIs, and a really impressive feat of only 8 strikeouts on the year. Senior center fielder Olivia Harmon hitting 351, 16 extra base hits, 22 RBIs, and a little bit of a danger on the bases, going 16 of 20 in stolen bases. And looking at the pitching staff, a player that you have alluded to, Maddie Huseman, 2.4 ERA and 131 131 innings pitched. She's 13-7 on the year with 80 or 78 strikeouts. And a solid pitcher behind her is Madeline Waldorf with 3.3 ERA and
Yeah, I was
103. What's that?
no, go ahead.
And 103 innings pitched, and she's 14-4 with 98 strikeouts.
Yeah, I was really impressed by this Grandview team, Carly. What really impressed me the most is how well they play in the fifth, sixth, and seventh, and potentially eighth innings. They battle. Yeah, I see them squaring off with USAO at least twice, if not three times, in this Chickasha opening round. But moving on to the team that they are going to face off with, the Freed Hardman Lions. And y'all, it's just something about Todd Humphrey. He gets his girls playing the best in April and May. Not the best overall record for him, 20-15, 12-6 in the Mid South. But man, they had some really nice wins, including beating Middle Georgia State, splitting with Tennessee Southern, sweeping Campbellsville in the regular season, splitting with Central Baptist. And they beat Campbellsville before falling to Cumberland's in the conference tournament. They are led by a center fielder, Carly Quillen, batting .418 with 10 doubles on the year. Another solid outfielder for them, left fielder Chloe Carter's batting .413. They have Malaya Hardy, their first baseman, providing some pop in the lineup with 11 home runs, 7 doubles, and 33 RBIs. In the circle, they are led by number 4, Kylie Brown, who's 13-10 with a 2.59 ERA, 82 strikeouts to 52 walks, and 135 innings pitched. It's a great 2-3 matchup there between two teams that competed in the NAISB Invitational. Quite a few teams, Carly. We need to get a
Did we
tally
get a
for that.
final number on that?
That's my bad. I didn't. But talk about the winners of the HBCU Athletic Conference. I'll get a quick tally for us real
All
quick.
right. The number 4 seed in the Chickasha opening round is the Stillman Tigers. They went 33-11 overall, undefeated in the HBCU conference, going 15-0. Some wins for them include Tennessee Southern and Central Baptist 3 times. They did go undefeated in the conference tournament, earning wins over Oakwood University and 2 over Dillard, the number 2 seed in that conference tournament. They're led by senior shortstop Lauren Haskins, hitting north of 500 at 507. She's got 19 extra base hits, a team high of 44 RBIs. She's a perfect 48 of 48 in the stolen bases category and an on-base percentage of 560. Really impressive stuff from the shortstop Lauren Haskins. Center fielder Carolyn Carter is hitting 400, has 15 doubles and 36 RBIs. Junior first baseman Avery Lumpkin providing some more pop in that lineup, hitting 315. She's got 10 doubles, a team high of 7 home runs, and 41 RBIs. We look at the pitching staff, led by a couple juniors in Jasmine Wade, throwing a 3.15 ERA and 104 and a third innings pitched. She is 13-4 on the year. And she has struck out 51. And then another junior, Faith Byram, 3.3 ERA in 82 and a third, 10-6 on the year, striking out 25.
Yeah. So, first off, Stillman, I feel like they went really under the radar this year.
They did.
I think if they were in the Southern States, they probably would have been ranked, and they would have been the second best team in that conference if they were
Yeah,
still in the
I
Southern
think
States.
I think they're a pretty sneaky 4 seed.
They are a very sneaky 4 seed. That's not one USAO can sleepwalk. By the way, got that count. 15 of the 21 teams that competed in the NAISB Invitational are still playing softball at 71%. So hey, not too bad. Carly. Oh, we need to start. I want to start naming these. I don't really have a name for Williamsburg. I don't really have a name for Chickasha for the opening round. But,
What do you mean naming them?
well, I'll give you an example. San Antonio is the group of death.
The group of death.
The group of death.
I like
This
that.
is a gauntlet. I am shocked at the 2 and 3. We kind of took to Twitter last night to express our thoughts on it. I cannot believe Eastern Oregon is a 2 seed going to San Antonio. But the most surprising seeding, in my opinion, Carly, is Middle Georgia State being a 3 seed. Our Lady of the Lake, I certainly felt like they did enough to maybe have a little bit of an easier opening round, but we have seen
Yeah.
them have some difficult opening rounds in the past. No Ali Puente coming to town, but certainly some good pitching coming to San Antonio. But those teams coming in, Carly, they have got a tall task going up against the reigning NAIA World Series champions.
They do, yeah. So kicking it off with the Olu Saints, they are 45-7 overall, 27-1 in conference play. That lone loss coming to the 1 seed out of Fayette, LSUA. They got some wins over Evangel, Baker, and Missouri Baptist earlier in the season, and some wins over Houston Victoria, USAO, LSUA, and Tex Arcana. They went undefeated in the conference tournament this year. They captured the regular season Red River as well. So they earned wins over Southwest, Houston Victoria, and then two over LSUA, one being in the championship as some revenge for last year, you could say.
Yep.
Senior catcher Grace Ross is having a great year. She's got a 436 batting average, 14 doubles, 11 home runs, and a team high of 50 RBIs. Senior second baseman Christy Salas, 386, 12 doubles, 10 home runs, and 41 RBIs. Sophomore right fielder Lily Roca, 359, 11 doubles, 11 home runs, and 39 RBIs. And the freshman third baseman Yesenia Perez having a great freshman campaign, just under 400 at 399. She's got 17 extra base hits, 34 RBIs. And probably my favorite stat that I found doing this notes, the freshman has only struck out 2 times this year. They're led by sophomore pitcher Ava Hernandez with a 1.56 ERA in 175 innings pitched. She's 23-3 on the year, and she struck out 142. And then junior right-handed pitcher Anika Laterio, 1.75 ERA in 124 innings pitched, 18-3 on the year, striking out 157. It's a very talented Olu team. It was hard to pick just those four to look out for. I mean, it's a team that's hitting almost all of them above 300, but they do have a tough task coming up in the 2 and 3 seeds.
Yeah, so here is the best guaranteed matchup of the opening round, the 2-3 seed matchup with Eastern Oregon and Middle Georgia State. Now, we are assuming that Our Lady of the Lake will win the 4-5 matchup. Look, this is going to be a crazy opening round. We'll see, but we do think pretty decent chance the winner of that 2-3 matchup could be going up against Our Lady of the Lake. But let's start it off, Carly. The number 2 overall seed, the Mounties, the Cascade Tournament champs, went 32-9 this year, 22-5, just a half game back of Southern Oregon and Oregon Tech in the regular season. They did beat Oregon Tech twice, British Columbia 3 times, College of Idaho 3 times, and Southern Oregon twice. So they won the conference series against all 4 of those teams at the Cascade. In the Cascade tournament, Carly, they had 1 extra inning game against Southern Oregon. Other than that, it was blanking. They outscored opponents 27-4. Again, that 5-4 win over Southern Oregon, the only game they allowed a run to be scored in what is an absolute gauntlet when you're competing in the Cascade tournament. They are led by a phenomenal pitcher in the mound and in the circle with Kylie Parsons. She was a strike away from a perfect game last week against Oregon Tech. She went 17-0 this year with a 1.27 ERA and 121 third innings. She has 111 strikeouts with 14 walks. In the circle, they have got a really strong infield led by a young shortstop in Reagan Kilpert, batting 409 with 38 runs scored. She's 22-23 for swiping bags. Adding some pop in the lineup is their first baseman, Emily Berry. She has 9 home runs and 47 RBIs. And their second baseman, Madeline Durham, batting 403 on the years, has 12 doubles and 19 stolen bases. Carly, they're a great team, but they are facing the hottest team in NAIA softball.
Yeah.
Middle Georgia State rolls in with that 27-game win streak.
Yeah, they've got a very tough feat going against Middle Georgia State. They are 38-8 overall, 27-1 in the Southern States Athletic Conference. Like you said, currently on a 27-game win streak. And that includes with wins over Reinhardt, Thomas, Houston Victoria, Tennessee Southern, Mobile, Georgia Gwinnett twice, and William Carey. They went 4-0 in conference tournament play, earning wins over ABAC, Tennessee Southern, and two over William Carey. Junior center fielder Madison Cosgrove is having a great year. She's hitting 459, has 16 doubles, seven home runs, a team high of 52 RBIs, and can speed around the bases a little bit with 21 stolen bases. Junior right fielder Mel Bullock is hitting 350. She leads the team with some pop in her bat, has 11 home runs and 40 RBIs. Sophomore DP Grace Avery hitting 380, has 54 hits, nine doubles, 29 RBIs. And the senior in the circle has been leading the way for the Knights. Emily Proctor, 1.39 ERA and 171 in a third innings pitched. She's 25-2 on the year, collecting 171 strikeouts. Tough task for the Mounties. Opponents are hitting just 171 against her.
Carly, these are three teams that we just mentioned that absolutely could be in Columbus, Georgia this year,
Yeah,
should be in Columbus this year. I think if we would have done a Columbus 10 before the opening round came out, I feel like all three of these would have been in
could have
our
easily
Columbus
said
10.
all
Sure.
three.
Yeah, because I mean, we're thinking Olu's a one, no way they get Eastern Oregon, and there would have been. I mean, I had Eastern Oregon penciled in as either the two seed at Sioux Center or the one seed at Fayette or Indiana Wesleyan. As things kind of progressed, it seemed pretty certain that LSUA was going to Central Methodist and that Madonna was going to Indiana Wesleyan. So I really thought that Eastern Oregon was going to Northwestern, but just not how it shook out. But I tell you what, Carly, we've talked about the one, two, and three a lot. This is not like the four and five who are going to play these teams in some combination are legit,
Yeah,
especially Embry Riddle. They were the third team and at large out of the GSAC. They went 27-11 this year with a 14-6 record, including wins over College of Idaho, Hope International, took three or four from Arizona Christian in the regular season. They beat Arizona Christian and Park. They were sitting in the winners bracket in the GSAC. However, great stuff from our friend Mike Maben and company with Arizona Christian, who we'll talk about when we get to the Oregon brackets. But Arizona Christian did beat Embry Riddle twice. They are led by one of the best shortstops in NAI softball, Leah Salas. She batted 504 this year with 12 home runs and 17 doubles. A good example of hitting for contact, hitting for power, and shooting the gaps. She completes a lot of 6-3 putouts to the first baseman, Jade Bayless, who batted 434 this year with 7 home runs and 9 doubles. Catcher Lily Anderson has provided a consistent bat as well, batting 416 and a perfect 11 for 11 on swiping bags. In the circle, they are led by Vanessa Brink. She's 19-4 this year in 137 innings. She's racked up 132 strikeouts and a 1.79 ERA. And Carly, they've got a fun one with a team out of the American Midwest and Central Baptist.
yeah, they went 31-25 on the year, 15-7 in the AMC conference. Some wins for Central Baptist this year include Houston Victoria, Evangel Valor, Mobap, and Freed Hardeman. They did go 2-1 in conference tournament play. They earned wins over William Baptist and William Wood. They would drop their final game to the champions, Missouri Baptist. Some power from the first baseman, sophomore Kinley Johnson is hitting 340. She's got a team leading 14 jimmies and a team high of 47 RBIs. Definitely their player to be on the lookout for at the plate. Senior second baseman Abby West, 359. She's got 18 extra base hits stemming from 9 doubles and 9 home runs. She's got 38 RBIs on the year. Sophomore third baseman Tavia Bradley, 15 doubles, 20 RBIs, and a 324 batting average. And they are led by senior Alex Jeter in the circle, a 2.69 ERA. She went 16-9 on the year, pitched in 166 in a third innings, striking out 62. So not much of a strikeout pitcher, but definitely they got the defense to provide some outs for her.
Yeah, so there you go. That is the group of death. We
Yeah.
head up to Klamath Falls, where Carly, I don't really have a name for it, but I think we could consider Klamath Falls maybe the group of defense. There are some really solid defensive units in the Klamath Falls opening round, and we're going to lead it off with the Hustling Owls of Oregon Tech, who went 42-9 this year, 23-4, en route to a shared title of the Cascade. They did end up hosting the Cascade tournament for the second straight year. Man, what a resume. Maybe one of the best resumes in NAI's softball. Wins over Freed Hardman, Midland, Grandview, Baker, USAO, Eastern Oregon twice, Southern Oregon twice, British Columbia three times, College of Idaho three times. Wow. In the Cascade tournament, not their best showing by their normal standards in the Cascade tournament. They beat British Columbia and extras. Already mentioned they got one hit against Eastern Oregon and then walked off against British Columbia on that Shea Sever bomb to left field. But mentioned it, Carly. How about a 981 fielding percentage for Oregon Tech? That is a significant mark on my pick for this regional because it is at Oregon Tech. It's on turf. Some of these teams coming up there do not play on turf much, especially the two seed that you're about to talk about. But looking at in the circle, they are led by Casey Schmidt. Knows a thing or two about pitching on the big stage. Will not be phased at all by the lineups she is going up against. 22-5 this year. She has 189 strikeouts and 180 in a third innings pitch with a 1.59 ERA. Could see some young pitchers in Allie Parker and Carly Moore as well. But looking at some of these infielders, Carly, I mean, Nita Cook, good gosh, what a year Nita has had. The second baseman has a 995 fielding percentage, 382 at the dish, and 42 stolen bases. I mean, all around complete player. Very similar things can be said about her right side of the infield partner, the first baseman for Oregon Tech, Puake and Milborn, has provided some pop in their lineup with 6 home runs, 53 RBIs, and a 994 fielding percentage. So advice, maybe don't hit the ball to the right side against
Yeah.
Oregon Tech. Their catcher, J.C. Sievert, and shortstop Gina Allen have both added in 13 doubles this year. It's a great team again for Greg Stewart and Oregon Tech. Carly, let's go to the two seed out of my conference, the Sun Conference, with the Southeastern Fire putting up a very impressive resume.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Very talented team this year. They're 40-9 overall. They went 20-4 in the Sun Conference. They have wins over Thomas, Georgia Gwinnett, Grandview, Houston Victoria, Morningside, Coastal Georgia, Kaiser, and St. Thomas. So a very, very deep resume. They went 2-2 in the Sun Conference tournament, defeating New College of Florida and Kaiser. They would drop two to the eventual champion St. Thomas. So yeah, one being in the championship, but a very talented and speedy lineup. They got shortstop Chapel Cunningham hitting 394, has recorded 67 hits on the year with 17 RBIs, going 37-41 in the stolen bases category, and only striking out 6 times. Sophomore DP Rayleigh McKinney, 365 with 12 doubles on the year, 9 home runs, 47 RBIs, and 15 stolen bases. So some pop and some speed from the sophomore. Junior center fielder Ella Brooks is hitting 368 on the year, 27 RBIs, and 35 of 36 stolen bases. And wrapping it up for the lineup, senior first baseman Leah Gonzalez hitting 354, 11 doubles, 8 home runs, 54 RBIs, and has 26 walks to just 10 strikeouts. And we move to a very talented 1-2 punch in the circle, led by a couple sophomores. Kicking it off with Eden Playa, 1.54 ERA, going 18-5 on the year. She's pitched in 150 innings, collecting 75 strikeouts. And that two punch, Maria Zelenka, a 1.18 ERA and 136 innings pitched. She is 17-4 on the year and has struck out 100. So just a very sound team defensively at the plate and in the circle in the Southeastern.
Yeah, let's go, Carly, to your alma mater that has some very solid defensive gloves, especially in the infield. And this is another really good 2-3 matchup. This was a phenomenal game in Vieira early in the year with Southeastern taking on Midland. Things got a little chirpy.
A little spicy.
It got a little spicy avocado against in the Southeastern Midland game. I cannot wait for the rematch in Klamath Falls. Midland went 37-15 this year, 18-4 in the GPAC. Some nice wins for them, included that 2-1 win over Southeastern. Also beat Grandview, St. Xavier, Friends, and Morningside, as well as Northwestern out of the GPAC. Disappointing GPAC tournament, going 2 in barbecue as the 2 seed. Mentioned a couple of those infielders. The first baseman, Reese Floro, batting .430, 18 stolen bases, 14 doubles on the year for Floro. Shortstop Maddie Riley batting .391, and their DP Izzy Pagan has 17 doubles, 5 home runs, 43 RBIs. In the circle, they've got a good 1-2 punch as well. Peyton Cooler, 15-9 and 151 and 2/3 innings. She's got 92 strikeouts and a 2.72 ERA. And then Campbell Patrick, 15-6 and 131 and 2/3 innings. She has a 1.86 ERA. Carly, let's go to our team.
Yeah. Former
The
GPAC
Jimmies.
team, now a part of the North Star Conference, the Jamestown Jimmies, a team that we have been very high on lately. 35-15 overall. They went 16-4 in the North Star. They got some wins over Arizona Christian and some very early on wins against Madonna and Northwestern. They went 3-0 in the conference tournament, defeating Valley City State University twice, as well as Dickinson State. Junior shortstop Maddie Spaeth is hitting .420 on the year. Got some pop in her with 13 doubles, 51 RBIs, and 11 stolen bases. Senior DP Kayla Quintanilla, .371, 15 doubles, 43 RBIs, and 13 stolen bases. So very similar numbers to the shortstop. Junior center fielder Trinity Gregg is hitting .403, has a team high of 50 hits on the year with 10 doubles, 18 RBIs, and 22 stolen bases. We look at their pitching. Sophomore Hope Ransom has led the way for the Jimmies with 149 and a third innings pitched. She struck out 130, has a 2.3 ERA, and is 13-7 on the year.
Carly, let's talk about who they are facing off against in that 4-5 matchup. Arizona Christian. Wow, what a tournament for
Yeah.
them. They would not have gotten in as an at large, but they went 27-24, 11-9 in the GSAC. Their season really turned around after they took 3 or 4 from Hope International. Saw this team win a phenomenal game, scoring 5 in the top of the 7th against Montreat in Shawnee. That was the first game, the first ever game of the NAISB Invitational. Which, quick tangent, y'all starting to make that field for 2026. Ooh, woof.
Cooking.
Yeah. But not here to talk about that. Here to talk about Arizona Christian. They fell to the losers bracket in their first game in the GSAC, then won 4 straight, including a 13-11 win against Hope International and Embry Riddle twice. They are led by Dana Herrera. She's 17-14 this year in 196 innings. She's got a 4.06 ERA, also batting .376 with 41 RBIs. Their second baseman, Jaden Miles, batting .394, has 21 RBIs, and their right fielder, Sierra Laku, batting .331, 4 home runs, 4 triples, 13 doubles, 39 RBIs. Carly, we're not giving our predictions till the end, but I got one for you right here. Jamestown starts the Klamath Falls Regional 2-0.
With a bang, I like it.
There you go.
Them Jimmies.
Oregon Tech and Arizona Christian may not like that, but there's my prediction. I'm not saying they're winning it, but I like Jamestown to start 2-0 here.
Yeah, I
I'm telling you, there's going
I
to be
like it.
surprises. There's going to be surprises. One seed will lose the first game. 1 or 2 1 seeds are losing their first game in the opening round.
Yep.
All right,
I
let's
can
roll.
see it. All right. Heading over to another Oregon school, we're going to Ashland with Southern Oregon being the 1 seed, a team that sat in the number 1 seed or number one rankings pretty much majority of the year. They went 45-8, going 23-4 in arguably one of the hardest conferences in the country, the Cascade Conference. They got some wins early over Hope International, Freed Hardeman, USAO, and Cumberland. And then they got some wins over Oregon Tech, College of Idaho, British Columbia, and Eastern Oregon. Did have a tough outing in the Cascade Conference tournament, going 1-2. They defeated College of Idaho before dropping a real close one to Eastern Oregon and then to British Columbia, led by some seniors in the outfield. Center fielder Sarah Curling hitting 440 on the year, has 74 hits, 33 RBIs, and 20 stolen bases. Senior left fielder Kaylor Fulton hitting 441 with 21 RBIs and 37 of 39 on stolen bases. Junior right fielder Ari Williams, 338, 15 extra base hits, and a team high of 39 RBIs. And we move to the freshman phenom in the circle. Ayla Davies has put up some great numbers in her freshman campaign this year, especially in the Cascade. Has a 1.13 ERA. She's 28-4 on the year. Has thrown 217 innings this year, striking out 215, and opponents are hitting just 189 off the freshman.
Carly, do me a favor while I'm talking about Saint Xavier. I want you to look up uh, Hope. Try to look up Hope and Kaiser, and I'll look up College of Idaho here in a minute. While you're talking about Hope, I want to see how many stolen bases are in this regional, because without a doubt, this is the regional of speed. I just mentioned a lot of stolen base numbers right there for Southern Oregon, but looking at the 2 seed, Saint Xavier, Carly. 36-6, 16-0 in the Chicagolands. They beat Madonna twice, Gwinnett, Houston, Victoria, and Mobile. They went 3-0 in the Chicagolands tournament, beating St. Ambrose twice and Indiana South Bend. Fielding percentage of 980 as a team, but let's talk about these stolen bases. Center fielder Fiona Crane's batting 519. She has 69 for 71 on swiping backs. Right fielder Aubrey Warble batting 531, 42 of 43 for on stolen bases. And the left fielder Haley Matlock 411, 20 for 20 on stealing bases. They've got some good pop. The X factor for me, there's two X factors in this opening round. One is Ayla Davies fresh. Is she healthy? If she is 110%, Southern Oregon's going to Columbus. However, if maybe at 217 innings, she's not quite that fresh rolling into this, and they're able to get those outfielders on. And Mallory O'Connor, she is my second X factor. She's batting 431 this year, 12 stolen bases, and 54 RBIs. As a team, Carly, they are 162 for 170 on stealing bases.
God.
And Southern Oregon, 137 for 148. Yeah, this is the region of speed. I mean, just combined right there, quick math, 100, that's 299 stolen bases between the 1 and 2 seed. Do you have Hope International?
I do. Hope International is 86 of 101, so on the lower side of stolen bases in this opening round.
But they run
And
a lot.
then
It's showing that they
they
definitely
do.
run a lot.
Yeah, they definitely will. And then Kaiser is 131 of 150.
Wow. Okay. Talk about Hope International, another team from Shawnee, the regular season winner of the GSAC. And while I look up College of Idaho real quick.
Yeah. 35-13 overall on the year. They went 16-4 in the GSAC. Some wins for Hope International include Oklahoma City, Arizona Christian, and Embry-Riddle. They did have a tough showing in the GSAC. They went 2 and barbecue, losing to Park University, Gilbert, and Arizona Christian. But they still got the staff to make a pretty good run here at Southern Oregon. Junior first baseman Emma McCraw is hitting 413 with 11 extra base hits and 37 RBIs. Senior second baseman Asia Chacon hitting 365, 20 extra base hits, 37 RBIs, and one of their runners on the base path, 15 of 17 with stolen bases. Junior right fielder Vivian Little has a 368 batting average with 13 doubles, 34 RBIs, and 13 of 15 in the stolen bases. A couple pitchers that have been sharing some time. Freshman Caitlin Maskey, a 1.96 ERA, 16 and 5 in 135 and two-thirds innings pitched. She has struck out 63 on the year. Junior Alexis Galvin, a 2.79 ERA, 9 and 7 on the year, and 115 and two-thirds innings pitched, striking out 68.
Yeah, Hope with a good showing in at Shawnee. Been really impressed by Maskey and Galvin filling the big shoes of Ali Puente,
Yeah.
especially that freshman Caitlin Maskey. Carly got the total here. So College of Idaho, 92 for 106, are pretty efficient in swiping bases. That has got a total for the five teams, 608 stolen bases, an average of 121 and a half
That's actually
between.
crazy.
That is speed. And I'll tell you what, some good catchers, but the best defensive catcher, not only in this regional, but arguably in NAI softball, belongs to the four seed. Kaiser, welcome to the OR, both Oregon and the opening round. The Seahawks out of the Sun Conference, 39 and 15, a 19 and 5 record out of the Sun that has four teams represented. Fire me up. My guy, Commissioner Dustin Wilkie, happy about that. Everybody's happy and out of the Sun Conference. It was a great year getting four teams in. Weber won a game. Fire me up in that. I mean, how about that? I mean, Weber, if I'm looking at Weber, I mean, hey, finished fifth overall. Four teams got in the opening round. Whatever. Here to talk about Kaiser again. 39 and 15, 19 and 5 in the Sun Conference. Wins over Johnson, Midland, St. Thomas, Southeastern, swept Coastal Georgia. In the Sun Conference tournament, they started off tough, losing to New College of Florida, who is obviously playing for a lot. The Mighty Banyans, who lost their coach to cancer, unfortunately, before the Sun Conference tournament. New College of Florida did beat Kaiser before the Seahawks beat Weber and Coastal Georgia, and then lost to Southeastern to finish up 2-2 in Clearwater. They have got a phenomenal sophomore shortstop in Genesis Iglesias, who batted 377, 16 doubles, 47 RBIs. I expect Genesis to be an All-American in consideration next year. Their center fielder, Faith Campos, has led the way the Seahawks in stealing bases with 44 of them, only been caught twice. Their third baseman, Claire Janikowski, has been a great glove at the hot corner and has been a big bat for Coach John Pryor and the Seahawks with 18 doubles, 5 home runs, and 45 RBIs. I alluded to it a minute ago. Kelsey Gansey has got a rocket arm, and it's a brick wall behind the plate. Carly, if they do end up beating College of Idaho and they face Southern Oregon, St. Xavier, whoever, I mean, it's double elimination, so they could face them anyways.
Yeah.
But let's say they beat College of Idaho and they go face Southern Oregon with all that speed and face St. Xavier with all that speed. Kelsey Gansey's name is going to be an absolute X factor. Watch out for the Seahawks, a very tricky 4 seed, and they take on the 5 seed College of Idaho, the Yotes.
Yeah, a team that went 26 and 18 overall, 14 and 13 in Cascade Conference play. They got some wins over Embry-Riddle, British Columbia, Eastern Oregon, and Oregon Tech. Short outing in the Cascade Conference, going 0-2. They lost to Southern Oregon and British Columbia. Junior left fielder Madeline Powell providing some power for them. She's hitting 330 on the year with 16 extra base hits and 33 RBIs. Sophomore center fielder Cameron Ham hitting 355. She's got 7 doubles and 3 triples on the year with 19 RBIs and a perfect 22 of 22 in the stolen bases category. Senior shortstop Ashland Nixon hitting 358, got 13 doubles, 29 RBIs, and 24 walks racked up on the year. They are led in the circle by senior Abby Brooks. She's got a 2.9 ERA, has gone 12-7 on the year. She's thrown in 113 and a third innings pitched and has struck out 87.
That's gonna be a fun one. I mean, it's such a fun one.
Yeah.
If you love speed, you love small ball, which I mean, like these all. Here's the crazy thing: so much speed. All those teams, they don't necessarily have to beat you with small ball either.
No,
So that's going to be really, really fun. Regional there. That's going to be some entertaining. So I feel like that is one where, hey, you want someone to just really fall in love with softball, go send them to Ashland, Oregon. That's going to be a really good
that'd be a good
five-team
one.
bracket. Well, Carly, let's talk about where I'm going. And
Yeah.
another great five-team bracket. I am calling this one. You ready? The region of parity. I
Okay.
think this region is the most open 1 through 5. There's another one. It's actually going to be the last bracket or the last regional that we talk about that I could give this title to as well, but I'm giving it to this one. It is the region of parity. I look at the 2-3 matchup. I don't have a confident pick. I look at the 4-5 matchup. I don't have a confident pick. I look at who could win the 4-5 matchup and face Madonna, the 1 seed. I mean, obviously, Madonna is the likely it will likely win that 4-5, but won't be surprised if a 4-5 takes down Madonna, especially the way they kind of struggled there at the end of the season in the WAC tournament. But let's talk about Madonna Crusaders 44-8, 24-0. Big shout out to our guy Ryan Mitchell. He provided just some great information for us. Made this process a lot quicker. By the way, y'all, it took us like 4 hours to complete these notes. Not complaining. We learned a lot. It was
No,
awesome.
it was fun.
That was a lot of fun. But let's talk about Crusaders 44-8, perfect 24-0 in the WAC. They beat the University of the Cumberlands once, St. Xavier twice, Northwestern once, Cornerstone twice, and UNOH twice. They went 3-2 in the WAC tournament, losing twice to Northwestern Ohio. Northwestern Ohio kind of thumped them a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit, outscored them 20-6. Northwestern Ohio, pretty hot. We'll talk about them at the end. Um, yeah, right. Yeah, we'll talk about Northwestern
Yep.
Ohio at the end. But I tell you what, you ready for this? You ready for this?
Ready.
My early 2026 NAI Softball World Series champion are the Madonna Crusaders.
Oh, they're gonna love that.
Yep. They are so young. Sophomore shortstop Ashley Rosewich, 457, 17 doubles, 6 home runs. Freshman first baseman, if there wasn't a girl by the name of Ayla Davies, Brian Antu would certainly have her name in the. I mean, she has her name in the ring, but she would certainly be one of the favorites to be NAI Freshman of the Year. But the Crusaders first baseman batting 458, 22 doubles, 64 RBIs. Really the only person that their lineup is losing in 2026, unless there's a transfer or injury, is senior right fielder Alicia Gauthier. A 343 batting average doesn't just pop off, but she struggled at the beginning of the year. She's been red hot lately, and get this: 41 walks, 40 stolen bases, a great eye at the plate, a veteran presence. They have a phenomenal 1-2 punch in Jane Anderson, who's 20-5 and 130 and two-thirds innings, has a 2.20 ERA, and Camille Oyer in 105 innings, 16-1 with a 2.62 ERA. Will I pick Madonna to win the 2025 World Series or even make it out of this regional? Not sure. You'll have to wait around and find out. But I will tell you right now, they are my 2026 way too early pick. Carly, they are heading to
Yep.
Marion, Indiana, and going to Indiana Wesleyan. By the way, I can't wait to see this new video board that I always got put up.
Yeah, man, what the heck?
And you've played there before, right?
I did. Yeah, it was they had a very, very nice I guess I didn't see the main portion of the campus, but looking at their athletic facilities, you can tell they care a lot about their athletes and um they give them the best of the best. It's a very, very nice facility and complex. But talking about the Indiana Wesleyan team, 43-9 overall. They have gone 31-5 in Crossroads Conference play. They got some wins this year over St. Thomas and Marion. They went 2-2 in conference play, defeating Spring Arbor and University of St. Francis. Their two losses coming from eventual champions Marion. They are led by senior catcher Abby Harvey, hitting 432 on the year, 80 hits, 19 doubles, 71 RBIs, a team high, and 18 of 20 stolen bases. Freshman shortstop Whitney Waddell having a great year, hitting 420 with 16 extra base hits, 33 RBIs, and 37 swiped bags. Junior left fielder Morgan Yeater putting up some absolutely crazy numbers this year, hitting 518 with 20 extra base hits, 49 RBIs, and has only been caught stealing twice on the bag. She's collected 39 stolen bases. And then senior DP Briley Bilger hitting 366, has 9 doubles, 15 home runs, 58 RBIs, and 41 walks on the year. I don't think a lot of people want to pitch to Briley. And then junior, I wouldn't. Junior Jordan Ball, 2.31 ERA on the year, is 23-3, has 157 and a third innings pitched and 151 strikeouts on the year.
Yeah, postseason Jordan Ball. Can't wait to see her back in action in the opening round, Carly. And it is going to be a phenomenal pitching matchup in that 2-3 matchup. Ball versus Ogden. Rio Grande, the Red Storm, went 44-9 this year, going 27-5 in the River States. Beat Northwestern Ohio twice, beat Cumberland's twice in the regular season. In the conference tournament, they swept the River States tournament, beating Oakland City twice and Shawnee State. Mentioned her, Maddie Ogden, 23-5 in 169 and two-thirds innings. She has a .74 ERA and 258 strikeouts. That is a shutdown pitcher. I got to see Ogden and this Red Storm team in Columbus, Georgia last year for the NFCA leadoff, and it would not surprise me again if behind Ogden they are back in Columbus, this time a little bit warmer weather for
Yeah.
the Red Storm. I tell you what, it really comes down to two bats for them, and if they're able to have a big weekend in Marion, Indiana, I really like their chances. They have some good bats 1 through 9, but their first baseman Gabby Adams is leading the way with a 4.11 batting average, with 7 home runs, 4 triples, 17 doubles, and 62 RBIs. Their center fielder Kayla Sedwig is batting .424, has 18 doubles and 41 RBIs. But if Ogden's on and they're able to score 3 or 4 runs each ball game, it is going to be a tall task for anybody. This is a really fun 4-5 matchup too, Carly, with Coastal Georgia and Reinhardt. We got a little out of order in our notes, but I'm just going to keep rolling here with Coastal Georgia, 35-17, the fourth team out of the Sun Conference. They went 15-9, beat Weber, and then lost to St. Thomas and Kaiser in the regular season. They did beat Rio Grande 4-0, and they also beat Southeastern twice and the Thomas Nighthawks twice. I tell you what, this is a very young team. This could really, if I didn't already, you know what? I may flip flop this a little bit here. Now, it's a region of parity. It's a region of parity, but we could also really call it the region of youth, because Coastal
Yeah.
Georgia, ton of young players, led by a sophomore first baseman and pitcher Riley Mills, who has 15 doubles and 40 RBIs this year. He's also 14-7 with a 2.00 ERA. Could see Mackenzie Collins, who has a sub-3 ERA as well. Riley Smith, 10 home runs and 6 doubles. They pretty consistent 1 through 9, but those are the two that really stick out in their lineup. Carly, it's an all Georgia matchup, a Peach State matchup in Marion, Indiana, as the Reinhardt Eagles are facing off of Coastal Georgia.
Yeah. Reinhardt going 28-10 overall, 23-5 in the AAC. Picked up a win over Middle Georgia State this year. They went 2-2 in the AAC tournament, defeating CIU twice, and losing to Johnson and Tennessee Wesleyan. Led by junior center fielder Taylor Wade, hitting 432 on the year, has 13 extra base hits, 20 stolen bases, and 22 RBIs. Sophomore DP Ansley Height putting up some great numbers this year, just south of 500, hitting 481. Has a team high of 61 RBIs, 14 doubles, and 13 home runs. Senior first baseman Kyra Leitner is hitting 385, 24 RBIs, and 18 extra base hits. And then another sophomore doing it for the Reinhardt Eagles is Ansley Pettit in the circle. 1.21 ERA and 121 and two-thirds innings pitched. He's got a 17-3 overall record on the year and has struck out 142.
Well, Carly, moving on to the Fayette region. I'm calling this one the region of power. A lot of home runs expected to
Yeah,
be hit in this one.
yeah. Sorry. Um, the number one seed out of Louisiana, LSUA, has had a great year, 46-7 overall, 26-2 in the Red River Conference. They have some impressive wins over Central Baptist, Texarkana, Campbellsville, Mobile, William Carey, Houston, Victoria, and Olu. They went 3-2 in the Red River Conference tournament. They defeated Xavier, Texarkana, and Texas A&M San Antonio. They did drop two to the eventual champions, Olu. So, of course, one being in the championship. Sophomore right fielder Kylie Moody is hitting 433 on the year, 18 doubles, 44 RBIs, a perfect 16 of 16 in the stolen bases category, and she has only struck out an impressive 6 times this year. Junior first baseman Julia Quackernack is putting up some insane numbers. She is hitting 503, has 20 doubles, 6 triples, and 13 home runs on the year. Has a team high 62 RBIs and is 24 of 24 in the stolen bases. So definitely a double threat for them. Junior shortstop Haley Fontenot hitting 419, 16 doubles, 32 RBIs, and some impressive speed, going 37 of 43 in the stolen bases category. Another one doing it for him is senior catcher Maddie Baker, 47 RBIs, hitting 413 on the year, has only struck out just 1 time. So some really tough outs for the Generals. And we look at the pitching staff, senior Haley Primrose, a 2.09 ERA. She's 24-5 on the year, has 180 and two-thirds innings pitched with 170 strikeouts to go with it. And the freshman we might see is Alyssa Soilo with a 3.26 ERA, 17-1 record on the year, and 103 innings pitched, and a struck out 45 on the year for the number one seed, the LSUA Generals.
Well, let's talk about the host, the 2 seed. Last year, they were the team of sophomores. This year, they're the team of juniors. The Central Methodist Eagles went 38-9 overall, 21-3 in the Heart of America. By the way, the Heart only getting 3 teams was criminal.
It's a heartbreaker, if you will.
But good one, Carly.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Central Methodist are regular season champs. Uh, I don't know if the Heart teams are going to like that or not. Oh my gosh, that was good. All right, wins over Thomas, William Carey, Missouri Baptist, Grandview, and Baker. They went 1-2 in the Heart of America tournament. They beat Mid America Nazarene before losing 5-0 to Baker, and then in a wild game against Mount Mercy, Haley Cotter had a two-hitter. They were up 2-1, and then just single, and Annika Headington from Mount Mercy hit a 3-run bomb to send Central Methodist home a little early. Maybe a rest, though, maybe is beneficial for CMU. Never know. Junior first baseman Elizabeth Palumbo, 400 batting average with 10 home runs, 15 doubles, 46 RBIs. Casey Jolly, the center fielder, batting 307, 12 doubles, 7 home runs. Their DP, Jolie Kreider, batted 373 this year with a phenomenal walk to strikeout ratio, 27 walks, only 11 strikeouts with 16 doubles to go with that. Their shortstop, Madison Roberts, made some really good plays in Cedar Rapids. She batted 420 with 9 doubles, 31 RBIs. And then Haley Cotter in the circle is the first part of a really solid 1-2 duo. Cotter, 1.53 ERA in 118 innings. She's racked up 57 strikeouts and a 16-4 record. And then the only person that's not a junior that we talked about so far for CMU is a sophomore, Veronica Dirth, 1.94 ERA, 60 strikeouts and 90 and a third innings. She has a 10-2 record. Carly, again, this is a region of firepower. They're going up against a really good team in the University of British Columbia out of the Cascade.
Yeah, 26 and 18 overall, 16 and 11 in Cascade Conference softball play. That includes some wins over College of Idaho, Oregon Tech, and Southern Oregon. They had a very impressive run in the conference tournament. They went 4 and 2 and picked up wins over College of Idaho, Carroll, Southern Oregon, and Oregon Tech, two teams that have been really tough to beat this year. Their two losses stem from Oregon Tech in extras, and Eastern Oregon in the conference championship. Senior Shay Seaver has led the way for British Columbia. She's hitting 383, has 13 extra base hits, 28 RBIs, and 26 walks. She's getting it done in the circle as well. 2.27 ERA, 15 and 9 in 129 and two-thirds innings pitched. She's thrown 115 strikeouts on the year. And a pretty solid number two right behind her is junior Carlene Murray with a 2.52 ERA. She's 10 and 7, has 119 innings pitched on the year, and has struck out 112. But jumping back to the offensive side of things, senior shortstop Kiona Nordquist, 366, 11 doubles, 15 RBIs, and 13 of 13 in stolen bases. And then center fielder, the senior Caitlin Ang, 321, six extra base hits, 20 RBIs, and 10 of 10 in stolen bases.
So that right there is why you should watch our YouTube episodes. I love you if you listen to Apple Podcast, Spotify, whatever. But just had my parents' puppy, old Izzy Rue, come in and crash the pod real quick. Love it. Um, okay, so obviously British Columbia red hot there at the end of the year. But Carly, sticking to the theme of firepower, let's go to the Campbellsville Tigers, 27 and 16 overall, 10 and 8 in the Mid South. Some really big non-conference wins against Southern Oregon and Middle Georgia State. Didn't have the best showing in the Mid South this year. Went 1 and 2 in the tournament, dropping games to Freed Hardman and Lindsey Wilson. Did get a win over Bethel in that tournament. But Carly, got to talk about the potential home run queen, sophomore
Yeah.
Jessie Daniels, tied with the home run lead in NAI softball, batting 451 with 11 doubles, 23 home runs, and 62 RBIs. Junior Corey Harris batting 424 with 7 extra base hits, 19 RBIs, and 22 stolen bases. Another junior, and Selena Metcalf batting 397 with 20 extra base hits and 40 RBIs. A really solid freshman in Riley Warner batting 356 with 9 doubles, 9 homers, 40 RBIs. Ellie Cooley in the circle, and Emma Markham will also be in the circle for him. They're both 5-5 on the year. Markham with a 3.38 ERA, and Cooley with a 4.27 ERA. Carly, that's a great little a great young lineup, and as a 4 seed, they will be taking on the 5 seeded Tennessee Southern Firebirds.
Yeah. 30 and 19 overall, 14 and 12 in the Southern States Athletic Conference, one of five to make it from the SSAC. They got some wins over Mobile, Central Baptist, Thomas, and Freed Hardeman. They went 3 and 2 in conference play. They got 2 wins over Mobile and a win over Bruton Parker. Their losses coming from William Carey and the Red Hot team of Middle Georgia State. Junior catcher Michaela McCain hitting 338, 15 extra base hits, 39 RBIs, and 20 walks. Senior utility Cassie Davis is hitting a 329, 6 extra base hits, and 32 RBIs. Junior outfielder Haley McDaniel, team high 350, has 6 doubles, 26 RBIs, and leads the way for Tennessee Southern, 17 of 18 for stolen bases. In the circle, they are led by the young sophomore Ella Singletary, 2.44 ERA, 14 and 8 on the year. She's pitched in 143 and two-thirds innings, striking out 128. And then junior Stella Gilbreth, We'll probably see some time in the circle as well. Has a 3.77 ERA, 113 and a third innings pitch, and has struck out 39 this year for Tennessee Southern.
Carly, moving on to undoubted. This was the easiest one to name for me. This is the region of pitching.
Yeah,
Lawrenceville, Georgia, L-Town, baby, Lville, USA. Man, oh man, this is my kind of regional. I mean, these games could be a race to three. All of them could be a race to three or
honestly,
four.
call it the Reagan Regional.
It's in my home state. In my home state. Great campus. And I mean, not only that, but it's a good ballpark for pitching. I mean, it's a big ballpark, one of the
Yeah.
bigger ones, big fence, tough to leave the yard against. But Georgia Gwinnett, the Grizzlies, 43-8 this year, wins over Rio Grande, three of them against Coastal Georgia, two against Reinhardt, also wins against Mobile, St. Xavier, Hope International, Cumberlands, and Thomas twice. They beat Westcliff twice and Florida National in the CAC tournament. Let's talk about that 1-2 duo led by Annalise Jarvis, number 51 for the Grizzlies, the senior, 22-2 with a .8 ERA, 233 strikeouts, and 161 and third innings pitch. And arguably the best number two pitcher in NAI softball, KJ, aka Galen James, 15-3, a .84 ERA, 126 strikeouts, and a 116 innings pitch, and probably the best rendition of the lineup for the Grizzlies that I've seen in my 3 years covering NAI softball. It's led by a great DP in Savannah Jenkins, batting .347 with 4 home runs and 5 doubles. A very speedy freshman in the center fielder, Casey Beaver, batting .390, 34 for 38, and swiping bags. Morgan McQuagey, their third baseman, is 22 for 23 on stealing bases. And the right fielder, Sophie Sisk, has been really good down the stretch, has 6 triples and 7 doubles. Carly, just like I said for Maddie Ogden and Rio Grande, if Georgia Gwinnett's lineup is able to, I mean, even get 2 or 3 runs, you like their chances.
Yeah, you
However,
do.
they're going up against some phenomenal pitching in whoever comes out of the 4 or 5 matchup, but especially who they have to face in a potential matchup against the number 2 or number 3 seed. Let's start with out of the Sun Conference, them St. Thomas Bobcats.
Yeah, St. Thomas, the winners of the Sun Conference regular season as well as the tournament, going 47-6 overall, 21-3 in conference play. They got some wins over Johnson, Coastal Georgia, Kaiser, and Southeastern. Like I said, won the tournament as well. They got some wins over Coastal Georgia and 2 over Southeastern. Some seniors have been leading the way for the Bobcats. I will start with the pitching staff since that seems to be the trend of this opening round. Senior Anna Toon has led the way, a 1.24 ERA. She is 21-2 on the year, has 152 and two-thirds innings pitched, striking out 158. And opponents are batting south of 200 with a 194 batting average. Senior Victoria Navarro, a great second punch for the Bobcats, a 1.76 ERA. She's 14-2 on the year and 111 innings pitched. She's got 61 strikeouts. And again, opponents are batting under 200 with just 199 batting average. We look at the offensive side of things for the Bobcats. Anna Toon, again, producing on both sides of the ball. She's hitting 317, 17 doubles, and 31 RBIs. They get some power from outfielder Caitlin Martinez hitting 366. She has 29 extra base hits, has 13 doubles, 10 home runs, and 43 RBIs. Outfielder Maya Achenbach hitting 377, 5 doubles, 8 home runs, 27 RBIs, and 15 of 16 in the stolen bases category. And wrapping things up is senior Gabriella Gilbert hitting 347. She's got 15 doubles and 26 RBIs.
Carly, this was another one where you did the preview for Evangel as
Ah,
well. I mean, I can do.
no,
Hey,
I
you
got
know
you.
me. Hey,
I got you.
I'll talk about him. I'll tell you what. You want to talk about him? I'll
No,
talk
I
about him.
got you. No, I love me the Valor. Love me the Valor. So the 3 seed is the Evangel Valor, winners of the KCAC conference tournament. They are 40 and 10 overall, 20 and 6 in the KCAC conference. Got some impressive wins over Olu, Central Baptist, and Friends. Like I alluded to, they won the KCAC conference tournament. They go undefeated, defeating Tabor, Avila, and top-seeded Friends University twice. They are led by. Nope, I'm gonna start with the pitching again because that's the trend in this one.
Yep.
Sophomore Maddie Meyer has a sub 1 ERA at 0.77. She is 23 and 4 on the year with 164 innings pitched and 184 strikeouts. And if a team does manage to knock her out, they will face junior Maddie Bentley. 3.5 ERA, 13 and 4, 96 innings pitched, and 84 strikeouts. Some players producing for the offense. Senior third baseman Ellie Fackel putting up some phenomenal numbers this year, hitting 446, 78 total hits on the year, which includes 20 doubles, and she has produced 53 RBIs. Junior second baseman Kenna Mayfield hitting 424. She's got 12 extra base hits, 30 RBIs, and a very impressive 60 of 62 swiped bags on the year. And wrapping things up is catcher Carly Romines hitting 344, 16 doubles, 12 home runs, and a team high 54 RBIs.
I would say, Carly, if there was no Eastern Oregon, Middle Georgia State, this is the premier 2-3
Yep.
matchup. Probably the best or one of the top two or three guaranteed matchups in the opening round. It's going to be a phenomenal 4-5 matchup as well with great pitching. The Thomas Nighthawks are the number 4 seed in Lawrenceville, making a short trip up I-75 from Thomasville, Georgia to Lawrenceville, Georgia. The Nighthawks went 29 and 20 this year, 18 and 8. Remember, they had that huge weekend beating William Carey twice and Mobile twice to propel them into the top 30 in the coaches poll. They also have wins over Middle Georgia State, Southeastern, Freed Hardman, and again, another pitcher with a sub 2 ERA leading the way. Bailey Herrera, 13 and 7 this year with a 1.77 earned run average and 134 and 2/3 innings. Sierra Usiri, is 11 and 9 with a 2.83 ERA and 108 and 2/3 innings pitch. They have a really good shortstop in Ansley Eason, who's got 10 doubles on a 397 batting average, and their center fielder Annalise Bunsey was huge in that big weekend over the two blue bloods from the southern states. Bunsey this year batted 335 with 13 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs, and 34 RBIs. They are taking on the champions out of the AAC, the Johnson Royals. The Royals won the AAC conference tournament, going 29 and 13, 20 and 8 in conference play. Carly, really impressive stuff from Johnson this year in only their 6th year as a program. They beat Reinhardt twice. I really wish they would have gotten those games over the University of the Cumberlands. That would have been some really fun ones there in the conference tournament. They beat Montreat, then in 9 innings beat Reinhardt, and they take 2 of 3. They beat Bernal 8-0, sending them to the elimination bracket. Bernal forces the if game, but then a thumping 10-2 in 5 innings. Johnson wins the tournament. Again, we got to start with the pitching. Another sub 2 ERA. Lindy Weber had an unreal conference tournament. We talked about her in our conference tournament recap. She pitched in 136 and 2/3 innings with a 1.74 ERA, racked up 118 strikeouts. Second baseman Madison Thacker Wolf has had a phenomenal freshman year, batting 437, 47 RBIs, and 13 doubles. Right fielder Audrey Morehouse batted 311 with 30 stolen bases. And the first baseman Megan Armstrong just one tick under 400 at 399 with 14 doubles, 7 home runs, 45 RBIs. It's the region of pitching, Carly. It is going to be some phenomenal softball. I really don't have a name for Oklahoma City. I tell you what it could be called. I got it. Oklahoma City. This is the region of blue bloods. These are
Okay.
a lot of blue blood NAIA programs, athletic departments across multiple Sports, look at Morningside football, blue blood. William Carey in general, blue blood. Houston Vic. I mean, they've been around baseball, certainly. Missouri Baptist, a well-known athletic department, but if there is a blue blood in NAI softball, it is Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Very historical team. 46 and 8 overall, 31 and 5 in the Senior Athletic Conference. They have some wins over British Columbia, Oregon Tech, Central Methodist, and the Drovers of USAO. They went 3 and 1 in the SAC conference tournament, defeating Nelson, Mid-America Christian, and Southwest Christian. Their one loss came in, like we said earlier, one of the craziest walk-offs that we have ever seen against USAO. They are led by senior catcher Tiffany Paul, hitting 467, has 84 hits on the year, 15 doubles, 17 home runs, 69 RBIs, and has only been caught stealing twice. She has 18 stolen bases on the year. Junior shortstop Annalise Rayburn hitting 506, 92 hits, 22 doubles, 23 home runs, and 89 RBIs on the year. Corners of the outfield sophomore left fielder Tara Honer hitting 409, 15 doubles, 13 home runs, 63 RBIs. And the other half of that, the right fielder, sophomore Kindlin Miller hitting 364, 13 doubles, 6 home runs, and 41 RBIs. Two very good pitchers for the Stars, senior Emerson Herron, 2.28 ERA, 166 innings pitched. She's 20 and 4 on the year, striking out 87, and is solid number two for them. Junior Brinley Allsip, a 1.83 ERA, 16 and 3 record on the year. She has struck out 58 and 103 innings pitched.
Carly, Annalise Rayburn, NAI Player of the Year. Is there any chance that that does not happen?
Um, if it does, it's very, very slim. I mean, 89 RBIs is absolutely insane.
Yeah,
You're
I
you're
mean,
over 500. You got 23 Jimmies. You're tied for first in that. I mean, crazy numbers.
yeah, I mean, tied for first in home runs in the NAI, leading the NAI with 89 RBIs. Great chance she gets to 100 RBIs on the year, and that 506. I mean, she is on Triple Crown watch. Dingman's 575 batting average is going to be really tough. Rayburn's going to need her to have a really tough weekend in Williamsburg and then just go on an absolute run either in Oklahoma City. And if they get out of this, they got to go to Columbus, and she's got to keep batting if she's going to pull off what Sarah Giles did last year. I don't see that happening, but I do see the player of the year going to the shortstop for the Stars. But man, oh man, do they have a tough regional. I mean, this is an elite
Yeah.
two seed. Been saying it all year, folks. So again, I'm gonna go back. Just a quick, it's one quick pat on the back. Let me get one quick pat on the back. Beginning of the year, I said my two teams making the that can make the World Series that were not ranked: Missouri Baptist, Evangel. That is
And look at
aged.
us.
That is aged pretty well, Carly.
And
Now
usually we're bad luck.
we are usually bad luck. Sorry, friends, last year. But did have Madonna last year. So, all right. Missouri Baptist, they went 44 and 6, 20 and 2, cruising to sweeping the AMC regular season, beating Central Baptist twice, William Woods and Stevens to win the tournament. Some really nice non-conference wins for them include Oklahoma City, Houston Victoria, Our Lady of the Lake, Arizona Christian, Midland, and Friends twice. They have 6 players with 10 or more doubles, starting with their DP slash pitcher, Brooklyn Fisher. 420 batting average, 7 home runs, 16 doubles, 51 RBIs, 20 and 3 in the circle with a 2.29 ERA, 147 innings pitched, and 139 strikeouts. That's a year. Taylor Whitehead, their ace, as a 1.79 ERA, 20 and 2 on the year. 149 innings, 159 strikeouts, a phenomenal 1-2 punch there. Jenna Axe has a 441 batting average with 14 doubles. Left fielder JC Dees has 5 home runs, 15 doubles with a 404 batting average. And their second baseman, Miranda Lanson, has 9 home runs, 42 RBIs. Been high on MoBAP all year, and they're the 2 seed in Oklahoma City. Carly, they face the 3 seed out of the Southern States, the William Carey Crusaders.
Yeah, William Carey that started off really hot to start the year, finished with a 35 and 17 overall record, 15 and 11 in the Southern states. They have some wins over LSUA, Central Baptist, Texarkana, Stillman, Mobile, Tennessee Southern, and Morningside. They went 3-2 in the SSAC conference tournament, defeating Faulkner, Bruton Parker, and Tennessee Southern. Their losses came from the red hot Middle Georgia State team. They are led by freshman left fielder Layla Clark, hitting 370, 16 extra base hits, 35 RBIs, and 29 of 30 in the stolen bases category. Junior first baseman Julia Shaw leads the team with RBIs, collecting 36 on the year. She's got 12 doubles, 3 home runs, and a 419 batting average. Sophomore center fielder Liz Cross, right there alongside with her, 362. Got 35 of 36 swiped bags. And we look at the pitching staff led by a couple juniors, Rianne Neiman at 1.85 ERA, 16 and 8 on the year, 159 innings pitched with a 112 strikeouts. And junior Ryan Hornsby, a solid number two for William Carey, a 1.91 ERA, 19 and 8 on the year with 168 and a third innings pitched, striking out 105.
Yeah, solid.
Oh,
Definitely solid numbers there for William Carey. We'll see if I mean, we saw them play. I mean, February, early March, this was a phenomenal team. They definitely
yeah.
could have been a low one or high two seed, but it's kind of tapered off towards the end. Big 2-3 matchup. Carly got a good one in the 4-5 as also.
Yeah, Houston Victoria, a team out of the Red River Conference, going 19 and 9 in the conference, 29 and 21 overall. Some wins over Baker and Cumberlands this year. They went 2-2 in the Red River, wins over Texas A&M, San Antonio, and Louisiana Christian. Their losses come from Olu and Texas A&M, San Antonio. A little bit of an older team here. Senior first baseman Claire Blinka leads the way, hitting 433. She's got a team high of 47 RBIs. Those stem from 14 doubles and 13 home runs. Senior Allison Snedeker hitting 304, 11 doubles, 21 RBIs, and a dangerous senior outfielder, senior catcher and outfielder Kenzie Chambers hitting 354, 13 RBIs, and collecting 42 swiped bags on the year. They are led in the circle by junior Audrey Sayas, 11 and 9, 113 and two-thirds innings pitched. She's got 65 strikeouts and a 3.26 ERA. Senior Hope Quinones, 91 and a third innings pitched, 11 and 8, 56 strikeouts, and a 4.45 ERA. And a part of that 1-2 punch for Houston Victoria.
And Carly, Houston Victoria takes on a team you're very familiar with from your GPAC days. Nice little rivalry there with Morningside and Midland. But
Yeah.
Morningside rolls in 33 and 17. They went 17 and 5, an impressive record out of the Great Plains Athletic Conference. In non-conference, they beat Ottawa twice and beat Baker. Also had a win against Midland. They beat Midland and Dordt to go to the championship game against Northwestern, but lost the next two games against Northwestern. And we'll talk about Northwestern's run here in a moment. It was crazy. But yeah, Morningside's led by some really solid corner outfielders. Mackenzie Harrell, what's up, cuz? She's got 11 home runs, 12 doubles, 49 RBIs, and a 404 batting average. Her left fielder, Paige Shelster, has 5 jimmies and 12 doubles on the year with a 421 batting average. A really solid freshman in the circle, Adeline Felige, has pitched in 121 and a third innings with a 2.3 ERA. And then junior Morgan Soroka, 124 innings with a 2.25 ERA. Carly, the last one, and then it's time for predictions. And just mention them. We're heading to Sioux Center. Northwestern Red Raiders, another team you are familiar with.
Yeah.
46 and 6 on the year, 20 and 2 in GPAC play. Beat Grandview, St. Xavier, Central Methodist, Baker, USAO, Jamestown, Morningside twice, and split with the Midland Warriors in the regular season. And I put out a tweet about this a couple of days ago. This was the most impressive conference tournament win in from just a mental toughness aspect, I would say. as a 1 seed. They are upset by an 8 seed. Dawn, pour one out for the Tigers. Great run in the GPAC tournament for Dawn. But they lose to Dawn. They then beat Concordia of Nebraska and then beat Dakota Wesleyan and Dawn twice, win 3 games in one day. They lose the first game against Morningside, then win games 2 and 3 for the GPAC title. A lot of seniors, very senior heavy team. And of course, that is headlined by their girl at the hot corner, the third baseman, Gwen Mickelson, batting .432, 9 home runs, 15 doubles, 59 RBIs on the year. Another one, right fielder, Sydney Jacobs, batting .396, 11 doubles, 15 stolen bases. Ashton Billings and Charlie Baumgars contribute to their stolen base total. Billings with 31, Baumgars with 21. In the circle, they're led by a senior, Kate Kralik, GPAC pitcher of the year, 23-5, 2.29 ERA, 147 strikeouts, and only 36 walks in 162 and a third innings. Can also see some Abby Flanagan or Ellie Jacobson in the circle as well. But as the number 1 seed, Carly, they have got a tough 2 seed out of the Crossroads coming to town.
And they do. They got a very tough team in Marion, a team that went 44-7 overall, 31-5 in Crossroads Conference play. They got some impressive wins over Kaiser, St. Thomas, and Indiana Wesleyan. 3-0 in the Crossroads Conference tournament. They defeated Mount Vernon Nazarene and Indiana Wesleyan twice. Sophomore left fielder Abby Hoffman hitting .424. She's got 14 doubles, 7 home runs, 48 RBIs, and has only been caught stealing once, collecting 27 stolen bases. Junior first baseman Lily Went leads the team, hitting .431 on the year. She's got 19 doubles, a team high of 56 RBIs, and has only been struck out a low 7 times on the year. Senior DP Grace Mayer, .423, 14 doubles, 4 home runs, and 37 RBIs. Freshman shortstop Allie Malone, .382, 12 extra base hits, and an impressive 41 RBIs. We look at the pitching staff for Marion, senior Olivia Stunkel, someone whose name we have said a lot in the past few years, got a 1.93 ERA, 26-0 on the year, 152 and a third innings pitched, striking out 159. And then sophomore Macy Cohen getting some time as well, a 3.02 ERA, 14-5 in 111 and a third innings pitched for Marion.
And this is another great 2-3 matchup here, Carly. The Friends Falcons went 36-13, 20-5, 21-5 en route to the KCAC regular season championship. Some good non-conference wins include Morningside and Our Lady of the Lake. They beat Kansas Wesleyan, Avila, and Ottawa, but lost twice to Evangel, as you said earlier, in the KCAC conference tournament. By the way, the KCAC only getting 2 teams in is wild to me. Avila, certainly one of the biggest snubs, but we're not going to talk about snubs here. We're here to talk about the Falcons. Catcher Elena Montoya had 13 doubles, 7 home runs with a .431 batting average. First baseman Becca Dunn, 13 long balls with 59 ribeye steaks put on the grill and a .383 batting average. At the hot corner, third baseman Priscilla Mora, .364 batting average with 16 long balls and 46 RBIs. They got a phenomenal number 1 arm in Riley Warts, who went 21-6, the 1.81 ERA. Carly, she had 240 strikeouts at 162 and a third innings pitched. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, that will play.
Carly, I think this is the best 4-5 matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. And starting off with the 4 seed, the Baker Wildcats of the Heart of America Conference, 29-17 overall, 17-7 in conference play. Some wins over Houston Victoria, Freed Hardman, Morningside, Grandview, and Central Methodist. They went 3-2 in the Heart of America Conference tournament. They picked up wins over Benedictine twice, and CMU. Their lone losses coming from Grandview. They fell just short in both games that they played against them. Ball could have bounced either way for either team. They are led by junior Rachel Peterson, hitting .352, 7 extra base hits, 12 RBIs, and 11 stolen bases. Riley Phillips, 13 extra base hits, 27 RBIs, 27 stolen bases, and a 301 batting average. Savannah Bray, not too far ahead of her, 13 doubles, 6 home runs, 18 RBIs, and a 310 batting average. And they are led in the circle by the junior Kira Baker, who is arguably back in her freshman form. 156 innings pitched, 14 and 8 on the year, 1.39 ERA, and has struck out 157 so far.
All righty, Carly. Oh,
Wrapping things up.
by the way, didn't name what this was the region that I also consider the region of parity. I'll tell you what, we'll just call it, just change up the region of depth. Why not? I think one
Yeah.
through five can win it. Carly, you want to close your blind real
Oh, am
quick
I
while I,
blinding?
yeah, a little bit. Um, could definitely see that being an issue for the YouTube folk. There we
There
go.
we go.
All right. The 48th and final team, last, certainly not least, but Northwestern Ohio just won the WAC 35 and 16, 18 and 6. Like I said, Northwestern Ohio, Baker, the best 4-5 matchup in my opinion. But they beat Cleary, Cornerstone, and Madonna twice in the WAC tournament. Really solid infield, powerful infield with gap to gap power. Third baseman Danny Kiley has 22 doubles, 13 long balls, 70 RBIs with the 396 batting average. Shortstop Anna Ankney, who was our NAISB player of the conference tournament. How about double digits in all of the extra base hit categories? 10 home runs, 11 triples, 16 doubles, and also 28 for 32 stealing bases with a 412 batting average. First baseman Tess Denning, 21 doubles with 30 with a 349 batting average, and their center fielder Sydney Schaefer has 50 stolen bases. They've got a freshman in the circle named Lanny Wooten, who has a 1.91 ERA and racked up 99 strikeouts and 194 innings pitched. Carly, it is time to give our last Columbus 10. We're just going to go in reverse order here. We'll start in Sioux Center and make our way all the way up to Williamsburg.
All
Carly,
right.
I'll get it kicked off.
Hit it.
I had the Marion Knights pretty much all the way up until from when it came out until I started making my notes. And I started thinking about this Northwestern Red Raiders softball team and what they have gone through the last couple of years. The heartbreak of last year, Madonna beating them twice in their backyard. I don't think they let it happen again. Give me the Red Raiders making it to Columbus.
Yeah, I like that one, and I almost went with it as well. God, I still love two GPAC teams, but I will go with the 2 seed, the Marion Knights. Um, they've just been hot lately. They've been picking it up here towards the end of the year, and it's hard for me to root against them.
Hard to pick against Olivia Stunkel. Saw what she did in Columbus a couple of years ago. Did you play Marion? Did y'all play Marion?
Yeah, we lost.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, so you know
But
about them.
that was our first game
Yeah.
of the World Series.
Yep. Okay. Heading on up to Oklahoma City. Carly, this is so tough for me because I know Oklahoma City. It's so hard to pick against Phil McSpadden and that elite lineup, but we've been on them all year. I'm not going against them now. I think Taylor Whitehead leads the way in the circle. I'm looking at Brooklyn Fisher and Jenna Axe to have absolutely unreal opening rounds. Give me the Spartans. Coach Ted leading Missouri Baptist from St. Louis to Columbus.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I've been saying Mobap all year long in my way too early Columbus tens, and I'm going to stand by my word.
Carly, I'll let you make the first pick with Lawrenceville.
Okay. So this is a fun one because it is a stacked opening round on the pitching staff. I'm gonna keep it rolling with a team that I have also been a fan of all year long. The Evangel Valor. I think they're way too strong offensively, and with Maddie Myrer in the circle, if she can hold strong and stay true in the circle, I think they're a very dangerous team.
Oh boy. So this is one I was split three ways, and I'm splitting hairs. And About wanted to do it. I about joined you with Evangel.
Couldn't do it.
But man, Kalen James and Annalise Jarvis and Lawrenceville's tough. But I ain't going against the Sun Conference. Give me the Bobcats. Stay in
Yeah.
Georgia. Give me the Bobcats. Now, is it absolutely crazy that we just picked Georgia Gwinnett? Neither of us have Georgia Gwinnett. It is insane that
Yeah.
neither of us have Georgia Gwinnett. Well, I'd be one of the now. All respect to Thomas and Johnson, but one of those three teams will be in Columbus. I'm not surprised at all at either of them. Lawrenceville and San Antonio are the one where like there's three teams, really a 1 in 3 chance. Again, all respect to the 4 and 5 seeds. Prove us wrong. I
Yeah.
have said there will be a 4 or 5 seed in the region in the opening round, or excuse me, in the World Series. We'll see. Um, but yeah, give me the Bobcats. Lineups elite, tunes elite. I think that's the difference. We saw them come oh so close in Klamath Falls. I think they're going to be able scrap. I mean, if they didn't do what they did to Southeastern, they are in Clearwater. I don't think I'm picking them, but how well they were able to hit elite pitching against Southeastern has got me thinking the Bobcats could do it against some elite pitching like Matty Meyer, Kalen James, and Annalise Jarvis. Give me the Bobcats.
I like it.
All right, Carly,
Picasso.
heading Picasso. I like it. Heading up to Fayette. I'll get it started.
Sure.
Yeah. This is another tough one for me. But I feel fairly confident in this pick. I'm going with LSUA. So much firepower in that lineup. They've looked so good this year. They learned what it was like to play in an opening round last year. So I think they come in prepared. I like their draw overall. Now they're going up against some potentially some really experienced coaches, especially if they face Central Methodist at Central Methodist with a team that's been there, done that a ton. Central Methodist trying to make it 3 straight World Series appearances. I think that streak ends though. Give me the Generals.
Yeah, I agree with you. I went for LSUA, a team that has a pretty good draw here in Fayette, and a team that's looking for their first World Series appearance.
Carly, I'll let you kick off the Marion one.
Okie dokie. I went with the Madonna Crusaders, just far too good of a team for me to personally pick against. I mean, they got a lot of young players that have put up insane numbers this year. Um, and they've got the pitching in Jane Anderson. I think Madonna's hard for me to pick against.
Yeah, can't forget about Oyer. Also, great 1-2 punch. That's a great pick, Carly. The
Thank
Madonna
you, sir.
Crusaders. Um, Indiana Wesleyan, though, that lineup can score. We've seen them put up double digits on good pitching.
Yeah.
But give me the best pitcher in this opening round. Arguably top 5 pitcher in NAI softball. Give me the 3 seed Rio Grande. Hey, Reinhardt, Coastal, Iwu, Madonna. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I may have just jinxed Rio Grande. Rio Grande, don't hate me for picking you. Hey, it's all love. And like I said, this right here, 1 through 5, anyone could. I don't even know if we gave this one. I mean, this is the region of toss up because the 4-5, I don't know. The 2-3, I don't know. And it's just going to be great softball. I'm so excited to get up there. But I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going with the 3 seed Rio Grande, Matty Ogden leading the way. They've got to score, but I think they're going to be able to do enough. And I think Ogden's going to put together a phenomenal performance. Carly, go ahead, lead the way as we head up to Ashland, Oregon.
Yeah, I went with the number one seeded Southern Oregon, a team that has been atop of the NAIA world almost all year. It's a team that can score in so many ways. They're fast, they got some power mixed in, and they have freshman Ayla Davies in the circle. If she's been rested, if she's healthy, I don't see a lot of teams putting up too many runs against the Red Raiders.
Yeah, I agree with you, Carly. I mean, Ayla Davies, she's 100% and she's rolling. It's going to be so tough. Her first opening round experience, but I said there would be upsets. I said there would be craziness, and here it is. Give me the Cougs. Give me St. Xavier running all around the ballpark. Huge task for all the catchers. No, St. X has got a great catcher. Southern Oregon's got a great catcher in um, Piper Love. Great catchers all around, but give me St. Xavier. I think they're able to squeeze a couple across. Their defense is phenomenal. Lily Strand's going to have to stand with her head in the circle. They're going to have to pitch well. Give me the Cougs to get to Columbus. Carly, let's head up to, well, let's stay in Oregon.
Yep.
Oh,
Moving over to Klamath.
I got a bad feeling in my stomach about this one. Because it looks like we have the same picks, but man, like I said, I think Jamestown is going to pull off an upset of of Oregon Tech. I could be way off on that, but I could see it happening. Now, I don't have Jamestown in my final. I have Southeastern in the final against Oregon Tech. I have Oregon Tech winning the first, but I've got the Southeastern Fire getting back to Columbus. And for the first time since 2022, the Sun Conference will have two teams in Columbus, Georgia. In this phenomenal the region of defense, I am going with the Southeastern Fire, veteran presence, two great young pitchers, a team that, and here's the big X factor for me on really why I'm picking Southeastern. They were just there 2 years ago. So this is not different for them. This is not a strange feeling. They've been to Oregon before. Um, and, Oregon Tech struggling a little bit at the end of the year. Give me the Fire.
Yeah. I went the same thing. I went with Southeastern. They got a really speedy team, great bats through and through in the lineup. And like you said, two really good pitchers that I think can make a big difference for them.
I have picked against Southern Oregon and Oregon Tech. If you would have, I cannot believe I did that. I cannot
Yeah.
believe looking back at it, I've definitely made a mistake with one of those, but whatever. Harley.
The craziest opening round
Oh my God.
bracket of all
Okay.
time.
Okay. I have I lost sleep on this one. I have lost sleep. I have spent probably more brain power on this regional than the other nine combined. This is just like what I was talking about earlier with the Lawrenceville bracket. All due respect to the 4 and 5 seeds, but this is almost 33% chance on who I think is going to come out of San Antonio to Columbus, Georgia. I find it very hard to pick against a team that's won 27 in a row against the competition and how good they've looked. I find it even harder to pick against Our Lady of the Lake being the defending national champions. But Carly, it comes down to don't get off the horse you rode in on. I've rode Eastern Oregon all year. I'm not getting off the bandwagon now. I'm sorry, Olu. I'm sorry that team with the purple logo, Middle Georgia State, but that's my dog. I'm picking my dogs. I'm going with Eastern Oregon.
Yeah, I pretty much said the same thing you said, word for word. I said my deepest apologies to Coach Lenny and my friends over in Georgia with the purple logo, but I will not to continue to be a part of the disrespect that Eastern Oregon has been getting all year long.
I respect that.
Word.
Carly, no, it's getting kind of late in the morning, and you got to get to work, but I think we're in line with these last two. Chickasha, watch out for Grandview. I think Grandview could definitely come out of this, but I'm going USAO, not picking against that lineup, not picking against Sophie Williams and company. Yeah, rocking with the Drovers.
Yep, I'm the same as well. Just too deep of a lineup and pitching staff.
And Carly, my most confident pick, if I had to pick one team out of the 10, I'm rolling with the Pats.
Yup.
I think it's a tough matchup in the 2-3, Texarkana and Mobile. That those are two good teams, Mobile experienced, but rolling with the Pats. So there you go. That what you
There's our
got?
Columbus 10. Yeah, I got the Pats. I
All
can't
right.
say I don't got the Pats if I'm going there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Not
I
that
mean,
I'd pick against them, but
yeah, I mean, I picked against Indiana Wesleyan. Sorry, they're going to be great hosts, I know, but yeah. All right, so there it is. Everybody, enjoy the opening round. This is so much fun. If Hey, real quick, parents, fans, players, whatever, in Williamsburg, go up to Carly, say hi. Marion, come up to me, say hi, talk, chop it
yep,
up. We love
yep.
talking to parents. We like really, we love talking to parents, love talking to coaches, love talking to players. Don't I mean, obviously, like we're in the middle of recording or something, whatever. But hey, in between games, in between innings, chop it up with us. Let's have a good time. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy NAI softball. Best of luck, and may the odds be in your favor, ladies and gentlemen.